In celebrating the immense efforts of the accounting sector globally, the 10th day of November is designated annually as International Accounting Day. The Finance Institute is undeniably an important division in the world today. Now, accountants, brokers, and all those in the financial sector help us manage our monies, making the right financial decisions and investments, all of which impacts the economy. In commemorating the day, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria will be joining the International Federation of Accountants and other professional accountancy organizations worldwide in organizing a health walk and conferences. Now, we have in the studio to talk about this the chairman, Ikeja District Society of ICAN, Sheson Okwade. It's nice to have you join us this morning. Well done.
Thank you.
There is this notion that accountants are stingy people, where they refuse, even when the money is there, they refuse to release money. Talk to us why that perception. I want us to start on that note before we get into the main thing. Let us understand why accountants always refuse to release monies.
It's just like saying that broadcasters are talkative.
You may be right there.
No, you may be right.
You may be right there.
Of course.
Because one of the concepts of accounting is prudency concept. And we have thought about managing the funds in such a way that even if you have a lot today, think about the future. So an accountant is programmed in such a way that he's not only seeing the current funds that are in his hand now, he's looking at where will this money take me to in the next 5 years, 10 years. And if you observe in accounting, you always see us having projection, 5 years projection, 10 years projection, 25 years projection. And on what basis are you projecting on? The current money, because we don't think about tomorrow. We only look at this one that I have now. Another one may not come in. So let me make judicious use of it. And that's why when you see an average accountant, you say they are stingy. Most organizations, we don't have friends. Because all our do is like, don't go to accountant, he will not give you the money. It is just one of the concepts.
Well, let me give you a story about an accountant who saved my life. This is a true story.
Okay.
I was working in Concord, and I was supposed to go to Liberia during the war of Liberia. I was supposed to go cover the war. And I needed the accountant to release money. To release money for me to travel.
To
travel. And this accountant, we used to call him IS in those days, wouldn't release the money. He said, there's no money yet. Wait. I have to go and report him to my deputy editor-in-chief, chairman of the editorial board, Tombora. And Tombora called him. He said, IS, I understand you're a very powerful man here. You better release this money to this man. This man still held on to the money. Until we heard that the Nigerians who were there, Tayawo Tusi and Frank Igwebese were missing. Frank Igwebese survived it. Imodibe and Imodibe was not found. He was actually killed and so on. So when my MD, Donya Biola, heard of the story, that look at that, he said, has Sam gone on that trip? Put a head to him when they stop to eat. He's not going. So I thank the accountant for not releasing the money.
So I'm sure
accountants can sometimes be good when they hold on to money. They can save somebody's life.
Most organizations will say they are more or less like the spiritualists who oversee, at least to complement that. At times you look at it and say, no, what are the cost benefits of this particular trade? And when you are unable to justify, even when you have put the position and the MD are saying, no, this trip is very strategic and important to us. An accountant see beyond that to say, sir, these are 1, 2, why this shouldn't be. And that's why we always call ourselves the life wire of the business and of every organization.
But they always say they also have another story here.
Yes, sir.
Of another account of accountants.
Yeah.
They say accountants are stingy, but we know two prominent Nigerians who have reputation for not being stingy, although they're accountant. One was my former boss, MK Abiola. He was an accountant.
One of us.
Yes, one of you. And the other person is the APC presidential candidate. It's not so, he also not believed to be stingy.
So there are exceptional accountants.
Are there exceptions that make the rule, or is just are we just?
I heard someone saying that am I an accountant too, because I'm not that tight-fitted. The way I'm manner, I just
well, we have not proved that. We have not proved that.
but the truth of it is that outside the workspace, an accountant is someone that you want to identify with. Yeah. The concept that we learned is being brought to bear when we are having a businesses, because business is continuity. And once the business crumbles, the faith of everyone in that organization will definitely not be there. And the bedrock of the people that manages the finances of every organization is the accountant. And not just that alone. When you talk about the basic revenue generation as we speak today, which is taxation, it's an arm of accounting. When you talk about forensic accounting, it's an arm of accounting. So you discover that we are a profession that span across the life, wire of every organization that must be respected. And maybe on a relaxed mode, the only profession that would definitely be recognized in heaven is accounting.
Okay, make us understand that one.
Because in the book of Revelation, it was written that God opened the book of account. Who keeps the book?
The accountant. Because the chief accountant is God.
And that's why we key into it.
So
even when we get to heaven.
So many people, because the Bible says that more people will be, the multitudes will be destroyed. So accountants are going to be responsible for so many who will not make it to paradise.
That is a personal thing, because even Christ himself, out of 12, one decided to err from some of the teachings that
he was an accountant. He was to be the accountant.
Because that's what we said. Out of 12, one of them will always be. So I'm not disputing.
The rest of them were not accountants. There was only one accountant. That was the only one who betrayed.
Okay.
Yes. Because so I was saying that the story of Nigeria is the story of accountants, because today we have corruption everywhere.
Yeah.
They are talking about bringing the money back into the banking vault and all of that. It is because accountants did not do their job. They kept the money. They can't. And then when you have corruption in the banks, corruption in offices, even the greatest scandal now is an accountant general of the federation. Over 80 billion. Is that what they say?
Yeah. There are accountants and there are accountants. Let me just put it straight. Yeah. If anything happens, there is a disciplinary committee. And I can put this record straight. As we speak in the country, we have two bodies responsible for accounting. And we have ICAN, we have the other body, and not extinct in here. But I can tell you that you have, like we do say here, moral standing of every individual, like we have in every profession, and the ethics that is expected of you as a professional. So you might have the ethics and you decide to go the other way around. But for us in the profession, any errant member face disciplinary action. And part of the things we try to do is to make sure that you face the consequence, your certificates are being withdrawn. If there is need to go extra mile to make sure that some of the funds that were alleged or allegations raised against you, most of those things are brought back into the system. So we have disciplinary committee who as high as the state high court. That is the level at which the disciplinary committee is. So when they picked up on you or there are issues of report to the institute, they don't take it with levity. But I can always say, if you look at the profession of journalism, there are people too who are swallowing the names of this profession. So we have them here and there in this profession. But one thing we know is that the institute does not toil with it at any level. They make sure that anyone that is found culpable is punished and severely punished. Most of the time, they go ahead to blacklist some of those people. I'm sure when you read dailies, you see issue of people being a disclaimer to actually make sure that any errant member does not just stay in the society where those that are doing it right, like I heard liberals said, that you don't attack the old people in the EFCC. There are still the good ones. We have the good ones there, but we always have those that we always meddle with it, because it is an issue of character. And as we pride ourselves, integrity and accuracy is the watchword as we celebrate the day today.
All right. I wish we had more time to talk about this so we can understand the importance of accountancy to our society. But like you said, the profession that will be in heaven is accounting or accountancy. So we wait to maybe all become accountants.
Yeah.
No, the only thing I will do is I will try and enroll you and big son.
Oh,
so
but
that you
I used to have.
We need to wrap up now.
Let me just tell a story. I used to, when I was in the youth service, we used to have a soldier on the camp
Yeah.
who used to say that I was working one day and I had a friend of mine solo on my left, and another person on my right, and another person on my left. And they asked me, "What did you study?" I said, "History." Said, "What did the fellow study?" Said, "Law." The other guy studied accounting. I said, "Oh, you will be the politician. You steal the money, then you get the accountant to help you to steal it. And then when they accuse you, you get the lawyer. To defend. They say the accountant bribery, lawyer bribery." Yeah, that's what they say.
No,
What do you say?
we are there to defend every organization, and that's why this day is actually separated for us to celebrate today. And like you read, we'll be having a walk globally, to celebrate today and encourage the younger ones to join the profession as we celebrate the
All right. And most importantly, we look forward to seeing transparent and disciplined accountants.
Of course.
So that they can help manage our resources. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sheson Kwade, for your coming on this.
My pleasure always to have you
appreciate you.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Great.
much.